So here's a quick look at the differences between your normal star nut with a top cap, which is standard on a lot of bikes, particularly with alloy steering tubes. So to install this one, all you do is take the Allen key out the middle, then this goes down like that. Knock that down inside the steering tube with a special tool you can get to install them with, or if you're good with a hammer you can install them by getting a socket like that. And don't hit the threads though, obviously. Install it over the top of that, then you can hit down on that. You just got to make sure they go in square, nice and square in the tube. And obviously you don't want to install them too far down, because that's not going to reach the threads in there. The threads need to be in like that. So you can see you only need to install it like that far into the steerer tube. Otherwise the threads here, you don't want it just with a thread just in there like that. By the time it tightens up, you want it to be in there, so it's got a full amount of thread in there like that. That's easy to measure that distance when you cut your steerer tube down and you're installing the star nut in. You can see, just offer it up and see how far roughly you want to be in. By the time you tighten it down, it takes up a bit of the play in the bearings. You can see that quite easily. So that's just a standard star nut type, mainly for, you find them on alloy steering tubes, obviously, mountain bikes, road bikes. And you just tighten them down with the normal Allen key in the top like that, and just thread them down. It takes up the slack in the bearings as you're doing it. So that's a star nut type. And then you got the other end of the scale, which is a compressor nut type top cap. For it's more for these are for carbon steering tubes. So you can just undo the to install it. Just take the top off of the top cap off. You see the difference with the top cap. So you just remove that off the top of there. Then come off like that. That just leaves this part there, and the top cap, if you just unthread that off the top, there's the components to it. You can see the Allen key down inside there. But basically how it works is you just have snip that up into there. So you got this section, and as you're doing the Allen key there, and the top, it's expanding this with the rubber O-ring. It's just expanding as that goes down. It expands the sides out like that. So the sides are going out. So you just get it. So it's just a snug fit in the steerer tube as you're going to put it in, so it doesn't fall down. It doesn't just drop straight down inside. You just keep undoing that until it's a snug fit, and then you just drop it in. So it just slides in and holds itself in the steerer tube. Then once it's installed to the correct depth, which you want it, so as when you clamp up this stem, it's clamped up around this part, so the stem is actually clamping around that. Many times people put them in wrong, and then you'll tighten up your stem bolts, and that's how it can crack the steerer tube on a carbon steerer, because this isn't installed in the right depth inside. So after it's installed in there, so you just put your top cap goes on, like so, and then all you do is you can tighten it with this to recommended torque. Just by tightening that, it's expanding this, and then when you obviously loosen it, just let it off and it gets smaller and this bit just comes out the bottom there, and the diameter gets a lot smaller, like you can see. So that's the difference between a normal star nut type and a compressor type top cap.